Good afternoon. Today the lecture is about few problems, simple problems in root locus technique. This two problems will not have much of mathematical calculations involved. It will give you some idea about how root locus branches are moving from one location to the other location when the gain is being changed. So at the end of this lecture, probably you might gather some idea about how root locus diagram is varying. Okay, it can be designed right for simple problems. So let us take this first problem. Draw a root locus plot. Uh, it is going to be rough. It's going to be a rough plot for the system having an open loop transfer function ks by s plus 1. So we start with the solution. The given transfer function of open loop transfer function is g of s h of s is equal to k into s by s plus 1. So the number of zeros is equal to 1, which implies s is equal to 0. The numerator from numerator. The same way, this is denoted as m. The number of poles n is equal to 1 again. S plus 1 is equal to 0, which implies s is equal to minus 1 from denominator. You know how to calculate a pole and a zero. The number of poles is this and the number of zeros is this. So n is equal to 1 and m is equal to 1. So if I am roughly plotting a root locus plot in S domain, let us say it is S plane. So you have a sigma, you have a minus sigma, j omega, and minus j omega. I'm just roughly plotting out, pointing out the locations of the roots. So s is equal to 0, you have a 0, and s is equal to minus 1, you have a pole. 0 will be denoted as a round, and a pole will be denoted as a cross. Okay, so that is how we normally represent it, right? And if you go for a test point, right? Test point in the sense, let me go to the next slide. Let it be like this. An S plane, let's try j omega, and this is been sigma. This is minus sigma. This is j omega and minus j omega. As denoted, let me take 0 is at s is equal to 0, and the pole is at s is equal to minus 1. If I am taking a test point, for example, I am choosing a different color for that. Let us say dark. Yes. If I am choosing this point, this is a test point. Maybe s is equal to minus 0.5. If I am choosing a test point at s is equal to minus 0.5, and to the right side of the test point, s is equal to minus 0.5, the number of poles and zeros is 1. The right side, if you to the right side of 0 minus 0.5, you have only one zero at s is equal to 0. So root locus branch passes through S is equal to minus 0.5, and the condition continues to be true up to this point. So what I can conclude, highlighter, you can see that there is an existence of root locus from this particular area, from 0 to minus 1. Because if you choose another point, if you choose another point, test point after minus 1, then to the right side of that you will get two, one pole and one 0, which is 2. So an even number. So you will not have a root locus branch after minus 1. So the number of root locus branches will be equal to number of poles, which is equal to 1 here. So only one root locus branch will be there, which starts from s is equal to minus 1 and it tries to reach the finite 0 at s is equal to 0. So the transfer function of your system is k s by s plus 1, where s is equal to 0 is the only 0 available, the finite 0, and s is equal to minus 1 is the only finite pole available. So as per the rule of root locus, a root locus will start from an open loop pole and it will end at open loop 0, and both are finite in this case. So the finite from the pole, finite pole, it will start and it will end at the finite 0. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, sir, but we should know probably I can straight away put the direction of root locus. It starts from minus 1, it reaches 0, but I should know which path it is going to take, whether it is going to travel by the real axis alone, or it is going to take some other path and then meet your 0 at s is equal to 0. That I have to say. So I will try to find uh, the okay, through the characteristic equation. What is the characteristic equation? 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So 1 plus ks divided by s plus 1 is equal to 0, which will put me s plus 1 plus ks is equal to 0. Okay, I can segregate that as s into 1 plus k plus 1 is equal to 0. So s is equal to minus 1 divided by 1 plus k. So based on k, how my root is going to vary will be based on this particular relationship. S will be equal to minus 1 by 1 plus k equal to 0. So actually, what is a root locus? If I vary my k from 0 to infinity, how my root is going to vary? Only one pole is going to there. So how my root locus is going to be looking like based on the path taken by this root. So if I will put a tabular column, I will try to put a tabular column. So as I said, these two problems are little simple when compared to the previous one which I have solved in the previous class. Okay, let me put some value. S is equal to like 1. To make it simple, I will put like 9, something like 99, maybe 999 and infinity. You will know why I am putting 9 and all, because I have a 1 here. To make it this calculation simple, I am putting it like, if you substitute k equal to 0 in this equation, okay, what s will be? S will be, anybody in the class? If you substitute k equal to 0 here, what will you get s is equal to? Hello? When you put k equal to 0, s is equal to minus 1. If you substitute k equal to 0, if you substitute s is equal k equal to 1, k equal to 1, what will you get? You will get it like minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 is minus 0.5. If you put 9 here, k, instead of k to be 9, if you put it like minus 1 by 10, which will give me 0.1. 99 minus 0.01 minus 0.001. If you put infinity, you will get 0. So this tabular column can be taken, and the points, if you locate it, your pole is moving in the real axis only. You are not having any complex conjugate term involved there. No angular part is going to come there. So, okay, all these points are going to lie starting from -1 to 0. Okay, so how, anyway, I will take this table also to the next, to draw our root locus branch, probably. So this is my table. It starts from 0, 1, something like 9, 99, 999, infinity, it goes on. This is going to be -1, minus 0.5, 0.01. I think it is 0.1, not 0.01. Okay, I will write also the relationship which will help me in deciding that also. So what is the relationship I had? S is equal to -1 divided by 1 plus k. If I put k equal to these values, I will put it like minus 0.1, minus 0.01, minus 0.001, and this is going to be 0. So if I plot a root locus branch in the S plane, I am not going to take any more any need of asymptotes. Everything is not needed because only one 0 is there, one pole is there. So that pole will start at -1 and it will end at 0. That's what the idea is. So no need of the other values and all. So sigma minus sigma j omega minus j omega. So this is your 0 and this is your pole. So if I mark it, minus 0.5 will be here, minus 0.01 will be here. Okay, all these all will be adjacent. So, so how my root locus branches will be moving? I think I can take a highlighter. See that it starts from the open loop pole, it will end at the open loop 0. But k is equal to infinity. So the direction of the root locus is going to be like this, and it starts when k is equal to 0 and it will end at k is equal to infinity here. So this is your root locus branch. Okay, even if you take your k value to be infinite, your pole will be at 0 only. Okay, this is the structure of your root locus. It starts from an open loop pole, it will end at an open loop 0. Any doubts? Any doubts in this problem? Anybody wants me to repeat? Okay, repeat any point to be so far discussed. We have whatever we have discussed so far. Hello. Anybody want me to repeat any point starting from the first to the last in today's class? Yes. People in the class. Hello. No, no answer is coming out. Yes, please. I think I can. I am having 3 more persons other than me. CB, Sivakumar, and Pragadishwari. Any doubts so far? No. Okay, fine. So we will go to the next problem, a simple problem. I'm taking again a problem which can be used, a rough plot can be used. So my transfer function is g of s, h of s is equal to k divided by s into s plus 4. So you take the solution from the transfer function, I can say the number of zeros, there is no zeros. So m is equal to 0. The number of poles 2. So n is equal to 2. So number of root locus branches will be 2, n is equal to 2 based on that. So number of asymptotes, again you will get n is equal to 2 based on the finite number of poles. Okay. So what are the poles actually? The poles are s into s plus 4 is equal to 0, which implies s is equal to 0 and s is equal to minus 4. These are the poles. Yes or no? Hello? These are the poles actually, open loop poles. So if you denote that in the S plane, if you denote that in the S plane, this is sigma minus sigma j omega and minus j omega. So if I plot, locate the poles, s is equal to 0 and s is equal to minus 4. These are the poles, and you can see that beyond there is a possibility of root locus if between these two. Why? Because if you take a test point between these two poles, okay, there is going to be only one pole at the right hand side. Beyond this minus 4, if you take a test point like example minus 5, minus 6, etc., then you will have two poles, so there is no possibility of having any root locus branches. So in the real axis, you will have a root locus branch available between 0 to minus 4. And also you can see that these two poles are adjacent poles. So you may have a breakaway point. Okay, breakaway point. So we will go step by step. We will go step by step. What is that next? We will try to find what is the asymptotes, the angle of asymptotes. What is the formula? The formula is theta is equal to plus or minus 180 2q plus 1 divided by n minus m, and this q varies from 0, 1, etc. to n minus m. So it is going to vary 0, 1, 2. So theta 1, if you say theta 1, what will you get? If q equal to 0, let us say theta will be equal to plus or minus 180 divided by 2 minus 0, which is equal to plus or minus 90 degree. If you put q equal to 1, then it is going to be again multiples of 90 degrees only. Am I right? Theta is equal to plus or minus 180 into 3 divided by 2. So plus or minus 270, which is equal to minus plus 90 degrees. If q is equal to 2, again theta is equal to plus or minus 180 into 5 by 2, which is equal to plus or minus 4. So it is all going to be plus or minus 90 degrees only. Okay. So let me find the centroid. What is the formula to find the centroid? Centroid sigma A is equal to sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by number of poles minus number of zeros. So what are the poles? 0 minus 4 minus 0 divided by 2 will give me minus 2. So my centroid is going to be minus 2. This is going to be sigma, this is minus sigma j omega minus j omega. Choose a different color. So this is s is equal to 0, s is equal to minus 4. So now my centroid is different. So I will choose a different color there. Okay, this is my centroid, minus 2 sigma A. So my theta values are plus or minus 90 degree. So you have to creep your pro circle, take a 90 degree exactly. So this is my asymptotes. This is plus 90 and this is going to be minus 90. So these are my asymptotes. So okay, since it is an adjacent pole, there is a possibility of having a breakaway point. So what is the formula? You have to find it from 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So 1 plus k divided by s into s plus 4 is equal to 0. So I will have s squared plus 4s plus k is equal to 0. So k is equal to minus of s squared plus 4s. So let me find dk by ds minus of 2s plus 4. 2s plus 4. If you put dk by ds is equal to 0, okay, you will get 2s plus 4 is equal to 0, which implies s is equal to minus 4 by 2, which is equal to s is equal to minus 2. So what is that means? The breakaway point is also this minus 2. Okay, if you substitute this value s is equal to minus 2 here, what happens? When s is equal to minus 2, then k is equal to minus of 4. What you will get? 4 minus 8, 4 minus 8, which is equal to minus of minus 4, which is equal to a positive value 4. 4. So this is going to be a breakaway point. This is going to be a breakaway point. So what that means? What that means? My root locus branch is starting from one branch is starting from minus 4. It travels, meets the breakaway point like this. Then again it starts from 0, another branch. Again it meets at this breakaway point. Then it will split and move based on the asymptotes. Okay, let me take another color which is easy for visualizing it. Okay, let it be this blue. You can see it here, this point, then another this point. Once they meet it here, then afterwards they will try to travel in the direction of the asymptotic lines. Okay, they will not have any crossing point actually, because the asymptotes are taking them to meet their zeros at infinity. Okay, infinite zeros. I mean, they are not finite zeros, infinite zeros at infinite. So this is how the root locus branch is going to be. They will meet at s is equal to minus 2. Then they will try to travel exactly with respect to the uh, uh, your asymptotic lines. With the help of asymptotic lines, they are trying to move away. So let me draw the direction of the root locus. This is how they travel normally. They will not cross the so they k is equal to plus infinity. K is equal to plus infinity. This is the way the root locus is going to travel. Any doubts? Any doubts? You will not have a crossing point because asymptote is not crossing the j omega axis. Most probably you will not have any crossing point at j omega axis. So no need to find that crossing point here in this particular problem. யாருக்காவது ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தால் கேட்கலாம். இதில் இந்த ஸ்டெப்பில் எதுவும் புரியல, இந்த ஸ்டெப்பாவது புரியலன்னா யூ கேன் ஆஸ்க் மீ. இது ரெண்டும் சிம்பிள் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ், ரொம்ப சாதாரண ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஃபங்க்ஷன் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஹாவ் அ டவுட் ப்ளீஸ் கொஸ்டின் மீ. Hello, people in the class. Any doubts? Hello? என்னப்பா ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தால் தான் சொன்னா தானே. Hello? Nobody is there. So let me provide you a homework problem. Please make a note of this at least. The homework problem is your transfer function is g of s h of s is equal to k by s plus 1 into s plus 3. Okay, find the root locus plot for this. Also find k is equal to the value to be there in this table part. Okay, and also if zeta is equal to 0.5, find k value. So A, you have to find the stability limit. B, you have to find the uh, okay dominant pole like zeta. If your damping ratio is 0.5, then find k. Okay, then find the value of k if s is equal to -4. Okay, that's the idea. If you put k is equal to -4, what happens to when you put s is equal to -4, what happens to your k value? So all these three you have to try to find it, and finally tell me what will be the uh, how the structure of your root locus branch looks like. Okay, and submit it in the group, WhatsApp group. So if you have any doubts, please ask me now. Otherwise, we can wind up the class today. We will meet by tomorrow. Thank you very much.